This is your man C to the J to the C. Welcome back to the channel. It's Monday. It's been rainy. It's been raining like all like since yes, like it's been raining in Orlando, but it's Monday, and welcome back to a session of story time. So look, let's start the story. Let's go straight to it. So at Miami-Dade College, I had a professor named Professor Baruda, like Baruda, meaning he was Indian. He was from India, and he wasn't a bad professor, but ratemyprofessor.com, that's the key and the answer to every college student and every kid in university. Ratemyprofessor.com is our savior because it lets us know which professor is good to take, should you take the risk, how they teach their class, what to expect. You see the comments, you see the ratings, and the highest rate is 5.0. So the closer they are at 5.0, or if they're at 5.0, they're perfect, they're a great teacher. The farther they are, get them the fuck out of here. Don't even make that mistake. So I was getting into Math 1033. And before I entered college, like coming out of high school, I basically like had to take a test. It was a test to basically see what math rating you was at. They couldn't get as much information as they needed from my high school, so I had to take the test of writing, reading, and math. And depending on your scores, they're gonna put you on the classes necessary at Miami-Dade College. And with my score, I barely made it for math. Reading, I was on point. Writing, I was on point. But I barely made it for math, but I made it. So basically, the class I was taking, some students don't do so well on the math, so their score is kind of under like high school level, shit like that, and they have to take unnecessary class that they won't get credit for just to reach college level math. Me, I was just under college level math, meaning I was one level. So they say you will be getting credit. You just get past that class, and then you'll go on to Mac 1105. So I started with Matt with a MAT, Matt 1033. And yeah, I was looking for a teacher. And I remember my friends told me coming out of high school, like, ratemyprofessor.com. Like, ratemyprofessor.com is the key and the answer to all of this shit. So when I was picking out my teacher for Matt 1033, I looked at the teachers available, and all of them was like, oh, no, no, okay, okay. But the time I wanted early classes to leave early. It was more like that. It was two professors left. It was a woman. It was Professor Baluda. She had like a 3.9, which wasn't okay. Baluda had 3.5. Now you guys basically saying pick her, but it just felt like the comments I was reading, they were more like she's in her feelings, and not all females. Don't take offense. It's just like I know females are if emotional aspect, and I'm like her grading and these comments I'm seeing, I'm not sure about that. But they were saying like, oh, don't take him. He's a hard grader. He's from India. You could barely understand him. But I was like, I'm gonna take the risk. And then I started his class, got to about that class, boom, and started. And the comments were right. You could barely understand sometimes, but he went fast. And every time you asked him a question to explain the material, he was like, "I just explained it. If you do not understand, study it tonight, page 203." Page 203, like, or whatever page he'll tell you to look at. I'm like, you're a teacher. Like, some of these teachers, you gotta understand, like you said, I didn't get paid to do this. You did. You paid to be an educator. So your job is to, if the student don't understand, if they need to be taught, then you need to get them out the fuck out of here. Like, you need to teach them the material, make them understand what they comprehend. And it's the student job to go home and basically understand the material even more and get ready for exams, tests, and moving forward. But you can't basically be standing here basically saying, oh, if you don't understand, read this page. Like, what the hell? If I had all I had to do was read the page, I could just stay home. But they always like, you paid money for this class, shit like that. So Badu, I was like that. In that class, I met Harish, Kashif, and Harish, good friends. Like, Kashif was killing Matt 1033. We took exam. I didn't do so well in the first one. Hashif, he started off slow too. I had like, I think, oh, I had a D for the first exam. Harish had a F, and Kashif had an A. So Kashif was killing. Y'all gonna find a funny story about, because we all three of, okay, y'all like, you see how Kashif doing good. Watch what happened. Okay, so y'all gonna see. So so yeah, Harish and me didn't do so well. Harish had an F in the first exam. I had a D, and Kashif had an A. So then I was telling Kashif, like, what you did, nigga? Like, he said, he just studied the material. Listen about it, I take notes and so he said, but he don't study that much. You know what I hate the most? When someone say they don't study that much and you kind of studied a good amount and they do better than you know how much that pissed me off? Like, what the F? Like, you basically telling me, like, you basically did nothing and I did something, but yet you did better and I had worse. So it was hard to hear, but it was like moving on. Then me, I heard about the MATLAB. Someone told me about the MATLAB. Like I was talking to somebody, I was like, what do you do? They said I go to a MATLAB. And the MATLAB is basically a place where um people that volunteer to basically come to MATLAB who really knows their math, understand math. Of course, background checks are done. Past teachers or even current teachers themselves, they go to MATLAB. Students visit there and they help students with homework, understand math material, making it easy, like getting the process, all of that. So MATLAB was basically the haven to really like give it to math. So I visited the MATLAB, like basically. And the funny part, the person that recommended me the MATLAB, she went a couple of first few times and then she stopped going. But me, I consist. So when I got there, I met Harry and stuff like that. It was a guy named Harry with the glasses. And when I tell you every single thing Badula taught us in the class, he made it so longer than it has to be. You know, like basically 2 plus 2 is 4, right? Badu, that would be 2 plus 2 is 4. Da 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 da. He'll continue the whole process, like why 2 plus 2 is 4, and do it's just like 2 plus 2 is 4. Here's why. Bam, that's simple. He'd make it a whole long process that it didn't even have to be, but he made like that. So it's like what the f, and then that's what people was just like, if it like when I got there and Harry was teaching me the method he does, he said, "Oh, he don't have to do all that. You could just do bam, 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 and you always get the same answer." It's always like, why does he have to do it this long? But it's a simpler way. It's just Baruda being Baruda. And then I was with Harry, met a few people in there that was studying math too, and we were all like taking math in 33. Some people were at higher level. There was at Mac level 5 college algebra, so that was good for them. And then Harry taught us. It was Harry, and then there was this other Haitian guy who I related to because y'all know I'm Haitian, so Haitian American. Parents born in Haiti. I was born in Miami, 305. Shout out to y'all. But it's more like, yeah, I relate to them. And then like Harry made it simple. So exam 2 came around. Harish, Harish had a Kashif, you know, was the killer. Kashif had another A. This time around, I got I went from a D to a C. I passed this. I had a D 78%, which is a strong lead because I had 63 in the first exam. And remember, there's only 4 exams, so I had a D and a C. So far, if there's only 4 exams are grade high in this class, you need to do better than that. But Harish, Harish was in trouble because this guy had a F on the first, and then he had a C on the second. He did lower, but me and him both had a C on the second. But it's the process that, and then Kashif dumbass want to get an A, and he still want to say he didn't study that much. What the? Stop playing with me. But yeah, like basically, that's what. And then, yeah, I was going to a MATLAB, studying at home. The MATLAB came my face, and Badu, I was more like, oh, I said, Professor Badu, you could do this, that, and this and that. And then he did it, and it's like, okay, he said, it is a simple way. You could do it this way or my way. Because the thing is, Badu, I always like, you could get the answer, but you got to show your work. And the work gotta make sense. If it you could, and then if you just give him the answer, half credit. If you just give him the answer and the work, and it doesn't make sense, then he just exit out. He wasn't playing, and the scores he was giving us, he was showing me he wasn't playing. But I stuck to it because I saw the improvement I did going to a MATLAB. So I continued going to a MATLAB. Harry was a great teacher. Um, the MATLAB, I try out so much people. It was always people who help, students in there help, even older people was like who understand math more. They basically, and people that was taking 1105, they said, oh, that's easy, you could do this. I remember when I was doing that, I was like, okay, like there was always people ready to help. And Harry, he was so strong, like I call him the math wizard, and I was saying I'm gonna stick to him next semester when I go math 1105 because that's how much confidence I had in myself. So The third exam came around, and the third exam was coming around, and then Harish said he can't fail. I told him start coming to a mat lab with me. And then he was like, okay. Harish went to a mat lab, and he actually came. I thought he was gonna come, but he came like when I was about to leave. He stuck around. I said, you going home? I was like, no, I'm gonna stick around right quick. And I was like, okay. Like Harish was showing the grind. Harish showed the grind. And then Kashif behind was like, I'm gonna study a little. He had back to back A's. The nigga wasn't worrying. And then yeah, like the shit happened. The shit happened. The shit happened, and he basically did his thing. And we got. I went to Harry. I studied, did an all nighter, did barely slept. Exam 3 came around, and I got a B. So I went DCB. Do you see the improvement? I had a B84, or was it 85? And Harish had a B as well. So he went FCB, and I went DCB. And Kashif behind had an A again. So he had 3 A's. He already passed the class. It was a wrap. So when everybody was like asking, like the last day was coming around, and everybody was asking they score, what they needed on the final exam to pass the class. And then I remember I went to Barua, and then he did it in front of the whole class too. Here's how he disrespected me. I was like, "Oh, Miss Professor Baduda, what do I need to get to pass your class?" He was like, "Oh, you need a miracle." Hmm. Mm. This guy in front of the whole class told me I need a miracle. I need a miracle. That's what he said with his mouth, like with his own mouth. He opened it. Indian immigrant, and then all the Indians, shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Like I got so much Indian, but I'm saying like this guy with his own mouth looked at me. A student, an educator, told me I need a miracle to pass this class, and he not the improvement. Like I went DCB. DCB, I doubt on the fourth exam I need that big of a jump to pass. And then he said, you need a miracle. And the way he was talking, like I need an A or something. And then I'm saying, like, Harish is like FCB. FCB, Harish. I had DCB, and Kashif had AAA. He had 3 A's in a row. So then I remember the final exam was coming out. I was stressing. I went to a mat lab. Everybody that usually in the round table with me, along with Harry, was there. Harry had to go, but he was like trying to teach everybody. When I went, it's like sometimes when a educator is teaching, helping everybody out, and you want them to focus on you only. I know that's selfish, but I was in a desperate situation, like to prove this professor wrong. This guy stared in my face and said, "I need a miracle pass this class. Like I'm gonna show you something right quick." So basically, like yeah, I wanted Harry to focus on me. I was switching tables, going from Harry table to the Haitian guy table, and then it was more like, okay, like let's go, let's do this. Like I need to pass this exam. I need to prove this professor. Like don't play with me. So it was like he was showing me the material, and remember the final exam is basically every material you learn from day one. So I was like, I had all because he made us keep our exams. I had all the old exams, all the homeworks. So I basically got to see the scores I got, plus basically review the materials to make sure I had all at jump and kept on repeating. And yeah, it was like clockwork. It was more like understanding stuff. You got this, like read into it. All that shit was more like yeah, like it was like go time. So then Harry was showing me his material, Haitian guy was showing me his material. Like I had a lot to work with going. It's just like what do I feel is easier for me and what will make me do great on this like, final exam. Then you hear stories, people saying, "Oh, I had Math 1033 too." A girl is like saying this is her third time taking Math 1033. Do you think I would have heard this with all the pressure I already got? You sitting here saying it's your third time, like it's hard and shit like that. And I'm like this, like this guy told me I need a miracle past this class, and now this girl standing here saying it's her third time taking this class. No, I said God is good. I was praying, begging the God, like come on, like I can't fail this class. I have to pass this class. So so yeah, like it was basically like a roller coaster. Like it was basically like anything could happen. So you just had to like be ready for it. And I was studying my ass off. I was doing my thing, doing everything I can to basically make sure I'm ready for that fourth exam. Fourth exam day came. Harish had a lot on the table too. Like he told me he needed an A to pass the fourth. The guy didn't even tell me what I need. He just told me I need a miracle. Cause Sheaf was chilling because he had three A's in a row. Cause Sheaf was chilling. So fourth exam came. I came in looking at Barua. He said, "Okay, are you guys ready?" And he said, "Okay, fourth exam begin." No, and I went, bro. I was so locked in. When the exam finished and we all talked outside, hey, about this, I was calling. I was looking at you. You couldn't hear no one. You was just like focus. You was right. I was like, I wasn't playing. It was like, what do you think you got? I said, only time. I'm not someone that likes to like say, oh, I feel like I killed the exam. And then when you end up like seeing your score, you didn't kill it, you crushed. Or if you said, oh, I think like I did bad. And then it's like I'm just saying, wait and see what happened. I have faith. Like I leave everything in God's hand. That's how I feel like. And basically, I feel like saying anything else other than that is basically like trying to predict and trying to find some type of way to basically, you get me? Like, nah, I wouldn't do all that. So we all was, oh, like someone had a lot to lose. Harish had a lot to lose. I had a lot to lose because Sheaf was chilling. He never told us what he did. He basically, he barely studied, just studied the material that Balula does. He studied Balula material. I used the MATLAB and everything I was taught there. So basically, like, we got the scores. We got the scores during the summer because it was like his class was over. We got the scores during the summer, and I passed this guy class with a C. And he told me, you remember he said I need a miracle? I passed the class with a C. So when Mac 1105 was coming up, college algebra, and I made to the next class, and then I called Harish. I said, Harish, where you at? He said, hey, nigga, I passed. I passed that class with a C. Me and Harish had passed. We called up because she was like, he passed too. Of course, we knew he passed. All three of us knew who was signed up for. So when Mac 1105 was coming around, who y'all think I basically signed up to take Mac 1105? Yes, that nigga. Because he said I need a miracle. Well, you're going to see this miracle again. Find out and stay tuned and see what happened next. But y'all know what it is. It's your man C.J.C. straight from 305. Like, subscribe, comment. Shout out to y'all, man. Always great to tell story time. Be breezy. It's Monday.